Good morning, dear students. Let's initiate topic probability. Student, this is really very important and interesting topic. So, students, first of all, you should know what do you mean by probability. Probability is all the possibilities of doing any task. Students, you can say that, also say that. For an example, possibilities of lockdown due to COVID-19. So all the possibilities we include together, that comes gives probability. And you can also say that what is the probability of launch of vaccine of coronavirus. So students, in this way you can see that probability is all around you because we do many things in many different ways. So students, let's start. Here we have the definition of sample space. What do you mean by sample space? Collection of all possible elements associated to an experiment. Students, we do different experiments like if we are playing with cards, suppose we are tossing a coin, and you can also say that we are playing Ludo. So students, these all are the experiments. So collection of all the possible elements that are associated means that are attached, that is related to an experiment, is called the sample space. And here is the definition of probability. What is probability? Let S be the sample space of an experiment having m elements and E be the event associated with the same random experiment having n elements. Then probability of happening of event A is probability of A is equals to number of elements in event E is equals to over number of elements in sample space, that is n over m. Students, I am going to explain you in very simple way. Suppose students, if you go to the school with your bag, then your bag is just a sample space that contains your tiffin, your geometry box and your books and notebooks and rough notebook. So student, this is the sample space. But in the maths lecture, if your teacher asks to put out the maths book, then what is the probability of getting the maths book? So students, if you have total 10 books in your bag and one is math book, so students, in this way we have the probability 1 over 10. This is very simple. So students, here you have the definition of probability. Let S be the sample space. S sample space है that contains the m elements and E be the event associated with the same random experiment. जो भी हम experiment कर रहे हैं जिसमें m elements हैं and E event है जो कि associate है with the same experiment and that contains an elements, then probability of happening of event E, then event E के happen होने की probability क्या है? That is the formula. Probability of E is the number of elements event E divided by number of elements in sample space. So students, in this way we have completed the definitions of sample space and probability. So students, let's start with the case of coin. You can see here, first is the case of coin. When we toss one coin, then number of outcomes are S is equals to tail, head. So students, tail and head are total 2 outcomes, and this way we get the 2 numbers in the sample space. When 2 coins are tossed simultaneously, or you can also say that a coin is tossed 2 times, then number of outcomes are sample space contains tail tail, tail head, head tail and head head. In this way we can say that total outcomes are 4, and you can also write it as 2 raised to power 2. And next is the when 3 coins are tossed simultaneously, the number of outcomes are sample space contains head 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, and head, tail. In this way, you can observe that 2 raised to power 3. So, students, in this way, we reach a general result that if we toss n coins together, then we will get 2 raised to power n elements in the sample space. So, students, in this way, we have completed the cases of coin. Now, we start with the cases of dices. Suppose, students, we are playing with dices, that is Ludo. First case is when we throw a dice, then number of outcomes are sample space contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In this way, we get total number of sample space elements are 6 raised to power 1. Similarly, when we throw two dice simultaneously, then number of outcomes are 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, so on up to 6 6. In this way, we get total outcomes 36, and 36 we can also write 6 raised to power square. So students, we get here a general result that if we throw n dice simultaneously, then sample space contain the elements 6 raised to power n. Okay students, so students, hopefully all of you get the all the concepts, and thank you for watching the complete video. Stay at home, stay healthy.